Alright, so the first thing we want to do is figure out where the satellites are, and there's a couple different ways. Like we showed you the compass over here. The 110 is that way at 140, then at 155 and 170. This compass shows you the same thing, that at 140, and then this one also gives you the elevation. So this is called an inclinometer. They're about 150 bucks. But if you happen to have an iPhone, iPad, or Android, there's a dish pointer, AR dish pointer compass. You lock in what satellites you want, then you hold it up, and there's your satellites. Can you see that? So we want the 110, the 119, and the 129, and they're just past that tree right there. So you can see where they fall in the orbital slots, and they go from up to down. So that's a pretty cool device right there. And sometimes I use all of those things to figure out if I get satellite. So inside we're on the point dish screen. And out here we'll start far left, and we want the elevation on 38 and the skew on 83. And then we want to be at the azimuth. So if we turn on my meter, it is going to show us exactly what the TV is showing us on the inside. So I'm on satellite 119 there, and if you can look at that, I'm going to go from left to right, and there's a lock on a signal.
Can't see it.
So there's a signal lock, and if I push the ID button, it'll tell me whether I got the 119 satellite. It happened to say it wasn't. It was the 110 actually. So if I go a little more to the right, I'm going to run into that 119. So there it is right there. So now when I hit ID, it will say verified 119. So I got the 119, I got the 110, and I got the 129. And then from here I just go left to right a little bit until I got maximum signal, and then I'll lock down tighten it up. Anything about 40 or more is more than enough signal. And if we're level, it's going to be about the right elevation. But you could do a little tweaking on the elevation. So if I tilt it back a little bit, it goes up. So I know I want to give it a little more elevation. So I'm locked at the azimuth, and then I give it a little more elevation until it goes up and starts coming down again. Then I come back down and settle right there. So that's maximum signal right there. So if I were going to be here a while, I'd stake this down really good instead of not so good, because it is a little flimsy. I want it to be really sturdy. So if we come on the inside here, what up, Star? We've got our signals. So if we go to the 119 transponder 11, it'll peak and it'll say Echo Star locked 119. So if we go down to the 110, it's going to peak and it's going to say locked Echo Star 110, and I'll go up to the 129. So those two are mostly the standard, and here I usually go to transponder 15 on the 129. And this one is the HD satellite. So I got them all, they're locked. I have all three satellites. I click done, and then I cancel out of everything. So I just hit cancel 7 times. Go make me a sandwich, grab a cool soda, take off my tool belt, and my satellite is done. Now we are at 2 of 5 here, and when it gets to 5 of 5, it'll re-download the program guide, and we are all set up to watch some TV out here. So that's the Dish Network, and it is a little bit of a process, and some people spend hours and hours and trying to find satellites and wear a dish out, going up and down and undoing it and bolting it. And so you want to make sure you have a clear line of sight. You want to make sure that your mast is level on all sides. So usually I'll use a torpedo level for that. So this is a tool you need. If you have the old tripod, you need, or the other tripod, which is a little more sturdy, you need the 1/2-inch wrench, and you need a 7/16 wrench, and maybe a Phillips screwdriver. Other than that, you have all the tools you need, and you'll be able to get satellite. And if you have any problems, give me a ring.